Tough one out there today, Scott. You got yourselves over the line in the end. Finished 1-0 here at Other Park against Weymouth. I think this is another tiring one for you, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was more mentally exhausting, I think. I was really nervous about today's game. I'll be the first one to admit it, but I probably didn't let on. Was just desperate to get to the year unbeaten. I think that for us is such an accolade, not just for myself and the management team and the players, but just for the football club itself. I think it's some achievement. If you're the Oval from last year or a Dorking or one of the big boys in this league, probably expect to go unbeaten at home and be a really tough place to go. And we've made it that, and I'm just so proud of the boys. I got a little bit emotional at the end. We had a little circle and a little huddle, and I just thank the boys for what they've given. There's not loads and loads that have been a part of it from the beginning, but there's enough of them, including the whole management team. They've been here since day one. It's been 26 games now, which is just an incredible feat. So, yeah, and then at the end I got a photo from the photographer, because it's memories like that in football that you don't always get to look back on. So I asked the photographer to get a photo with the squad, the management team, and then the fans in the background, because it is us, it's all of us together. It's not the people that walk out onto the pitch. Sometimes the fans carry us over the line, and I think they did that today. They had to be patient with us, but in the end we found a way, and I think we fully deserved it. I think it was sort of one-way traffic for a large part of the first half towards the end of it, and then second half they kind of sat in, and they looked like they were happy for a point, and I didn't know if it was going to come, but credit to John, he smashed one in the top corner and we could kind of breathe again.
Now onto the match itself. Patience, I think, like you said, is probably the key words. Very frustrating first half?
Yeah, it was. Like, first half, I thought it was as poor as we've been in the final third. Whether it was giving the ball away, wrong decision making, being offside, giving away stupid fouls. And we just invited the pressure. And I think that when you've got a 36-year-old centre-half, you could see that they were trying to take free kicks quickly and smash it down the sides and get in foot races with myself, Alexis and Bayliss, and we have to withstand the pressure. And I thought we did that pretty well. And then second half, the sort of momentum changed. They obviously changed their shape a little bit, from going two up top to a front three, and I thought it kind of suited us a little bit. We were always wary that 1v1s we might get hurt down the sides, but I thought Alexis was superb against Franny, who's an exceptional player. We know how good he can be. So yeah, Bayliss is Bayliss. Charlie Horlock's not had much to do. I don't know if he's had to make a save. I'm not sure. I'll have to think back. But yeah, we felt solid. Yellow was shouting on with 20 minutes to go about changing the shape, possibly looking at it. But yeah, sometimes when you do that, you invite a bit more pressure. And I thought the second goal might come. And it would have been nice. But those 1-0 wins at home would definitely take them.
Like you said, the change came in the second half. We got the goal in the end. But just before that, though, what did you kind of say to them at half-time to make that change possible?
Just being more patient around the edge of the box, and we had to find a different way to get in. It was quite funny. Someone in the stand shouted to me, "Scotty, keep the ball on the floor." And listen, I listened to everyone, and I kind of ignored it. And then I've obviously hit a really nice pass to Jammers over the full-back, because that's where they were vulnerable, and that's when we thought we might be able to get in. I obviously didn't say anything in retaliation, but we know what we're trying to do. We know what we're trying to achieve. But people see things differently, and I think we had to show a patient side to us today, and you could probably see the fans were getting maybe a little bit frustrated, but it's not going to be easy. Teams might come in now and sit in a low block and bank in because of our home record. We've brought on the pressure ourselves, and if that's the way it's going to be, then so be it. But that's credit to the boys that have made it a fortress, and what we want to try and do now is add to it. A year is great, and that's what I was desperate for the football club, but yeah, we don't want to let slip now. We're obviously in a nice position, one that we could only have dreamt of, but I don't really look at the league table. There was a few fans that were showing me the league table as we were walking around the side of the pitch, and I just look at the floor. A little bit embarrassed by it, because people do get excited, and we need to obviously, we obviously need to limit expectations and pressures that come with that, but we'd take it every day of the week.
And just a word on Leon Chambers-Perillon, who was named man of the match today as well. Seems to have made a really good start to the season. I think he's played almost every minute so far as well. Yeah, Leon's exceptional. I think for me, there's a midfielder there that can do absolutely everything, and it's about keeping him fit, keeping him confident, and I think he's been brilliant this season. So he's really enjoying turning up, knowing that he's going to play. He had a bit of a slow start to last season, being in and out of the side, but he's earned his shirt. I think everyone that plays now
is pulling their weight, and it's a great place to be, and we know that it's not going to be like that all the time. And we've got a really tough game at Western on Tuesday, which I'm sure you'll ask me about in a second. But yeah, listen, we've put a nice little gap between us and the bottom. I just looked at it a moment ago, and we just need to start picking up more and more wins, and do the best that we can over the next few months.
And just before I ask you about Western, I just wanted to ask you about a potential injury update. If you can give us on both Slavy and Sam, as obviously again they both weren't in the team today.
Yeah, we're missing some key players. Obviously, Josh was unavailable today. Lenchy's been out. Our two main strikers that we signed in the summer. Well, Slavy was obviously with us, but we retained him. We brought Sam in, obviously, as one of the signings, and then Quex has come in and done really well. So we're missing our firepower as such, but Slavy's had a scan, and we'll get the results in the next couple of days. I think he's still maybe another couple of weeks away. Sam Evans hopefully train on Thursday this week, which will be great. So yeah, we're in a nice position at the moment. Hopefully in terms of the squad we're going to get stronger, but we need to make sure that that coincides with the results. We need to make sure that they're maintained as well, which is always difficult in this league. There's no easy games, as you saw today. They're a good side. I don't care that league tables read differently. They've got a top manager that's a really good friend of mine, and we spoke before the game and said that they were in a similar situation to us last year. And listen, they've got more than enough to get out of it. They've got some top players. So yeah, we obviously wish them well. It's not a nice situation to be in, but we've just got to worry about ourselves. We're certainly not going to get carried away. I'll make sure that I sort of put a lid on expectations and any confidence that comes with it, because the last thing you want to do is take your foot off the gas because you come unstuck in this league.
And finally, then, you already mentioned it, Western away on Tuesday. They've made a decent start themselves. It's going to be a tough game.
Yeah. One of the hardest places to go. I spoke to Scott Bartlett, their manager, last week. He actually texted me saying, what a great start, and I replied to him, what a great start for you. So yeah, it's one of those, it's always a tough place to go. We had some good results against them last year, but I think they've recruited really well this year. Watched a lot of their games. They've got some very, very dangerous players, really, really good football inside, and we'll have to come up with an idea of how we can go there and get a result. It's a big ask for the lads on a Tuesday night, but they'll look after themselves this weekend, and we'll pick the right team that we think is correct to go there and hopefully come back down the M4 with something. Well, time for a breather for yourself and the lads. Hopefully all is well for Tuesday, and yeah, we'll see you at the game at Western. Cheers, Connor. Thank you.